name is Ethan Zhang.
I'm Dustin.
Ginger. That hearing. Sabrina.
And I go to Lincoln High School.
I go to Lincoln High School.
Pioneer High School.
I go to Gunderson High School.
I go to Leland High School.
San Jose Unified School District includes 6 high-achieving high schools. These schools' locations range from North San Jose near downtown all the way to the Almaden foothills.
Among these 6 high schools, some perform better than others. Why? There are 4 main aspects of performance in high school: absences, test scores, teacher achievement, and class difficulty.
Comparing these aspects will provide a more in-depth look at the differences between public schools in the San Jose Unified School District.
Attendance plays a big role in someone's learning because you never know if you're missing out on an important lecture. On a regular basis, we want the kids here. It's important that they're here. That's the only way they're going to get an education, because they get to see it, right? They get to feel it, they get to hear it, they get to discuss it. And you use all those modalities, you're going to learn, as opposed to hearing about what happened in class one day.
If you're not in school, it just shuts all the doors. Like, you get to senior year and you've missed 10% of every year, if not more. I guarantee there's probably maybe the graduation door open, and you might be able to do the community college, right? You come every single day, you have your grades, you do, I want to say, like, you're flat, like take your SAT, you have tests, you have a CSU door open, you have a community college door open, you have a trade school door open. But if you don't come to school, like, those doors are shut. And if you don't come to school, what habit did you just learn about your future and go into a job? I'd rather have a student at school struggling, asking for help, and trying to resolve that and see how we could do it, versus somebody not coming.
You need to be there, but it's not just showing up. That's the issue. A lot of kids think, oh, I was in class, I know it. You have to mentally be there, which I think is different than just attending. So I think that's something that, again, students probably could learn a little bit about from my perspective.
How good are your test scores on a scale of 1 to 10?
I guess like a 7?
9. 5.
9? 7.
A 6.
8 or a 9?
9.
A 10 and a half.
6.5. 5. 7 or an 8.
8. 5.
A 7.
How well do your teachers prepare you for assessments?
I think my teachers, they really go over a lot of review in our class. They make sure, like, we know the material, and
I think my teachers prepare me pretty well, but I think that we learn things that we don't really need to know that's on the test.
My teachers that are more actually invested in their jobs do better at preparing us for assessments. Like, a few of my teachers that really care for us, but otherwise I don't know how well the other ones do it. They just sort of are there to, like, complete their job, which kind of sucks, but.
From an administrative standpoint, I think our teachers do prepare our kids for the assessments. How well depends on the student. We know, for example, with the AP students, these past 2 weeks have been AP tests, right? How many kids are getting 5s, 4s, and 3s? Those who are well prepared. Now, is that student-led preparation, or is that a teacher initiative to make sure they're prepared, right? Or a combination of both? We excel our students in all subjects, hence our high graduation rate.
As a former school principal, I struggled initially because I wanted to hire the people I wanted, but I understand sitting through this process that it's so much more powerful to understand where somebody believes in, their moral imperative, their imperatives, their characteristics, their skills that they're going to bring to the table. And I think it really allows us to say we're not just going to hire anybody to teach our kids. We're going to try to hire the best people who have the best mindsets. We currently have, in this school year alone, we have roughly 73 resignations. And resignations are when people opt out and they want to leave the district. The perception and thoughts are people want to go to Leland. It's a high achieving school. It has really high test scores. People want to go out there, and they may not want to go to San Jose High because of where it is and because of the demographics and because their test scores aren't great. There are pockets of really strong teachers and pockets of high achieving students. Think about socioeconomic status as well. So socioeconomic status plays into it. If I can afford to have my kids take SAT prep course off campus after school or on the weekend, that's one plus that some schools may not have that same percentage of kids who can take and access those resources. Supplemental dollars you get based on the number of foster youth, English language learners, and low socioeconomic students. So San Jose, Lincoln, and Gunderson get Title I and supplemental. We've had a really tight gate to get in and become a permanent teacher, and now we have to work on the percentage of folks that are perm and how do we improve instruction for all kids in all classrooms all the time.
Do you feel challenged by your coursework?
Yeah, I feel like I am challenged by my coursework because just the nature of my classes, they're AP classes, so they're obviously going to be harder and more challenging.
Across all subjects, I definitely do feel challenged by my coursework because of the different classes I'm taking. It's a lot to take in all at once, and the work is so varied that I have to think about a lot of different things, and overall it may be a challenge, but it's a healthy challenge.
No, I take a lot of AP classes, and our teachers are very understanding. If we do miss a class or something, they really try to get us on top of it, and they kind of prepare us for college classes.
I do feel like my classwork is pretty challenging, but some of it is pretty easy, but mostly I just get a lot of work, and that's what makes it challenging, not really the work itself.
In my opinion, I think our students truly do care about our education, but because whatever factors are getting in the way, home life, social life, school issues, they may look like they don't care just because they get frustrated and they want to give up. But all in all, yes, I think they do care.
I think my students do care about their education. They want to be educated. At this point, they're not as well informed on how their education in the classroom, how much they care actually impacts their life. So from a teacher's perspective, I think we can be doing a better job at that. And again, at this point, here's a new thing. It's not that you guys don't care, it's that, man, distractions. Like, you guys have so many more distractions than when I was in school. Like, just phones, look at these things. Just too much access.
How much do you care about your academics?
On a scale of 1 to 10 and 11.
I care a lot. My parents always push me to do the best and try really hard in school.
I care about my academics just as much as any of the other students at the school do. Leland is a very high-performing academic school, so that gives me a kind of pressure that I have to live up to. So in a sense, it's my own desire to care about my academics, but in another way, it's also my environment as well.
I do care a lot about my academics. It's not my whole world, but I do care about them a lot.
How much does your school care?
Our school, they push a lot of AP classes on us, whether we want to take it or not. But by doing that, I think they try to make us more prepared for the future.
A lot of my teachers and the administration are really pushing for students to take higher requirement courses like APs and honors. It makes sense because of what Leland's reputation is. I don't know where it started, but this school really does care about how its students are performing highly and taking these challenging courses.
I think my school cares not as much as they could. They care a lot about how many people are taking which AP classes or who's taking which AP classes, like the diversity in school and stuff like that. Not as much the scores within those classes or how well we do.
How many AP classes do you take?
This year? 4. 2.
Just 1. 3.
4 AP classes.
3.
4.
3 this year.
3. And 1 right now.
5. 4.
I think so. I really like my school. I really like the environment, and I feel like if I did switch schools, I wouldn't be able to like catch on to that kind of like energy.
No, I wouldn't switch schools.
No, I don't think I'd switch schools.
Honestly, I wouldn't go anywhere else. Yeah, I wouldn't either. I can't see myself anywhere else.
Hell yeah. I'm doing middle college next year at San Jose City.
Why?
And because I feel that AP classes do not necessarily teach you much that you need to learn, and it's pretty redundant about the material that is taught in each of the classes.
If I could switch schools, I would, and I would probably go to Saratoga High School.
If I could, I would probably switch to a private school, not a different school within SUSD.
Dude, Pioneer!
Silver Creek High School, because I know a lot of people there, and a lot of what they do is just so enjoyable. You see the communities that they form in the leadership and their clubs, they're so tight-knit and they're so focused on not just their academics.
I don't think I would switch schools because I like the atmosphere of Pioneer. I think it suits me.
If I had to, I would switch to Willow Glen because I have friends there.
I like my school, I like the environment. I feel like at schools at Leland, it's a lot more pressure, and I don't know how well I do under that pressure and lack of social life.
Probably Pioneer because it's closest to my house. I'm only here for performing arts, so I have to drive like 20 minutes every day to get here. So probably Pioneer, but I don't regret coming here. Like, driving here is worth it. So.
I don't know if I would. I like the schools. It's where I choose to go.
These 6 different high schools are all very diverse. Each school has different levels of strength in each of the 4 main aspects of high school performance. Students serve at each school, and where students decide to go is based largely off of proximity to their homes. Attendance, high test scores, strong teachers, and advanced classes are all a vital part of learning no matter which school a student attends.